everyone's going to take this money. But everyone was so against these tariffs. It's crazy how that works. But I love the way Donald Trump thinks outside of the box. I love the way that he incentivizes the American people to stand up to their government. He incentivizes them us to demand tangibles from our government. Tangibles, not just empty promises, not just foolhardy socialist lies, free buses and whatnot, but real, honest to goodness, tangibles. Something you can feel. You remember that that In Vogue song? Giving him something he can feel. Right? That's what we're talking about here. That's what we want. We want that stimmy check. We want those dividends. It ain't even a stimmy, really. We want our cut of the company profits. You hear people talk about, oh, there should be a universal basic income. No. But what there should be is a distribution of dividends off of the profits that the American corporation is capable of generating, being the most powerful corporation on earth. And they'll keep telling you it's not a corporation. They keep telling you it's not a corporation. But that's a lie. That's a lie. But you know, there's always an idiot somewhere in the wings who don't know they ass from their elbow, who's going to tell you the idea of the president giving you money that this country has earned. You are a citizen of this country. You know that little social security number that you got? That's your personal number saying that you're in the club. That's your personal number saying you're in the club. That's the number that the United States uses to borrow money off of your carcass from the banks. They say, hey, look, we got all these numbers that represent all these little ants that we got who are willing to work. And that work that you do, it backs up any debt or promises to pay that the United States of America makes when they take out loans. That means you're in the club. That means this company depends on you. And you don't get a piece of the profits? But there's an idiot named Willie D who's telling you, oh, don't accept Trump trying to bribe poor people with promises of stimmy check. Bro, it ain't a bribe. It's giving them their cut.
Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, wants to give you 2 racks. Yeah, fam. He want to give you $2,000. 2,000 smackaroos. Yeah. Why would he do that? Well, he says, the country's doing good. So he wants to, give you a blessing. Check out what he said on his failed social media platform, Truth Social.
Now, Willie D, he probably talks at like a 3rd grade level, and he's a grown man. I've never heard this guy read before. But let me just warn you. If someone talks at a 3rd grade level, they probably read at like a 1st grade level, if they can read at all. So bear with old Willie as he attempts to convince you that you getting $2,000 in your bank account is a bad idea. You ain't got to do nothing for this $2,000. Donald Trump is already president. It ain't nothing else you could give him. He's done in 3 years. But he has to do what Democrat shills do. He has to convince you that a good thing is a bad thing on behalf of his overlords. You crazy if you reject your 2,000.
People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world, with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are highest ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt, 37 trillion. Record investment in the USA, plants and factories going up all over the place. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Well, this dude don't stop. He will not stop. He said that we are now the richest, most respected country in the world. I don't know about riches, fam, but I can guarantee you we are not the most respected country in the world.
So look, Donald Trump said we are the richest, most respected country in the world. Oh, Willie, he runs right over the part about riches because he doesn't really know. That's something that you'll be able to research, right? This is what these con artists do. This is something you might be able to research. Is the United States the richest country in the world? He can't deal with facts, right? He doesn't want to deal with facts, so he tries to go straight to subjectivity, right? Oh, respected. Being respected is subjective. One person could say no one respects you. The other person could say everyone respects you. You will never know because it's all subjective. Let's go to the objective. Donald Trump said that we are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon be paying down our enormous debts, right? Now, I went straight to AI, right? AI is not partisan. It's this open AI stuff is owned by freaking Bill Gates, right? He hates Trump. I did a very simple search that anybody in America could do right here. How much money has the United States taken in from tariffs? How much money has the United States taken in from tariffs? According to the Treasury Department data, the U.S. government collected $195 billion in customs duties in fiscal year 2025, a significant increase from the $77 billion collected in fiscal year 2024. The sharp increase in tariff revenue during 2025 is largely attributed to the Trump administration's tariffs imposed throughout the year. Now understand, whenever this was calculated, it probably was months ago. Next year, because they're not going to calculate all this again until next year. By the time they calculate this next year, this is probably going to be well into the trillions. Trump is not an idiot. He knows what he's doing. So if our country has earned $195 billion, if we've doubled the amount we've taken in last year because of Trump, right? We've more than doubled it. We've damn near tripled it. But if we've doubled what we've taken in from Trump, what we taken in last year, all that money is additional money. That money has not been allocated to be spent anywhere yet. So why not say, hey, let's give every American citizen $2,000, right? Let me ask AI another question. I want to ask AI another question. How much money would it take to give every American citizen $2,000? Okay. Hold on. Let me see. It would take, the mid-year 2025 population estimate for the United States is 347 million people. So it multiply the population by 2,000 equals roughly $694 billion. $694 billion. That ain't bad. That's like a little bit over $500 billion. And mind you, the kids aren't going to get anything. So I should have put excluding kids excluding illegals and all that. And it probably will go, let me see. Hold on. You know what would be a better one? Let's just look up the price of Trump's COVID stimmy. Okay, so the COVID stimmy was $2.2 trillion, right? The largest price. Okay, so they gave us $2.2 trillion for the COVID stimmy. So this stimmy would be less than that. This stimmy would be like, barely like let me see. It'll be like a fourth of that. For whatever reason. Because I think those stimulus checks, many of them came. There were several stimulus checks, I think, given. So it was a higher price tag. But this will just be a one-time payment of $2,000. But just think, when you're talking about the government, I'm not talking out of my behind. I'll just pull it up. I'll pull up what I'm looking at. I'm not talking. This is what's so dumb about people. They've done it before. What are you talking about? The COVID stimulus was $2.2 trillion. This one right here will be 674 half a trillion, 674 billion for the $2,000 stimulus. Here go the numbers right here. To give every American citizen, and it'll be less than this because you exclude the children, obviously, but to give every American citizen $2,000, and this is including kids, it'll be $694 billion. Why is that not possible when they did the COVID stimulus of $2.2 trillion? And if you take away the kids and everything, that's going to be like down probably to like 3 or 4 billion. I mean, 300 or 400 billion. And take away the illegal immigrants and all that. Because I included everyone in the United States. This is easy. This is light work for Trump. But you getting something back. You're getting something back. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm not trying to preach. Let's go back to Willie so he can explain to you why this is stupid.
Feared, perhaps, and not even the most feared country in the world. You know what? Perhaps America is the most feared country in the world.
I'd rather be feared than loved. Repeat what one more time? You got to tell me what to repeat. Sticky God 619. You mean the part where it'd only be about $400 billion to give everybody a $2,000 check? And the fact that Trump has already done this before, so we know that it's totally possible. And remember, the government gives you a tax refund every year. They give that to millions of people. So the money is there. But see, the government, the uniparty basically is telling you that the rhinos and the liberals, they're literally trying to tell you, oh, there ain't enough money. There's never enough money for us, but it's always enough money to start a new committee or to give it to another country. There's never enough money for us, but there's always enough money to give to Israel. There's always enough money to give to some Middle Eastern country, to some African country, but there's never enough money for Americans. And I love the fact that Donald Trump says, no, we can give them something. They're working every day making this country work. We can throw them a bone every now and then. And this will mean that every time Trump held the presidency, he gave the American people a nice big fat stimulus check. I'm telling you from now on, that should be one of our number one demands of every president going forward. You got to give us some stimulus. What you going to give us as Americans to vote for your stinking carcass? And if they say they ain't got it, we better cut out their tongue. But let's go back to Willie convincing you that this is a dumb idea.
Because of its unhinged mentality, right?
Always subjective.
If you want to think most powerful, you got to give that to China. But I think that people are a lot more comfortable with China not trying to be a bully and take over their country than they are America.
China is literally threatening to take over Taiwan. These are the type of idiots that African Americans listen to. This man said China is the most powerful country on earth. This guy is retarded. He is educably retarded, bro. What do you mean China? Guys, when you listen to these people, have AI right by you. Have AI right by you. This quick, 2 seconds. We debunking the hell out of Willie D tonight. 2 seconds. This guy is retarded, man. But people love watching him. He got 1 million subscribers. I think people just like listening to people that they think they're smarter than. Which country is the most powerful on earth? The United States is widely considered the most powerful country in the world. This status is determined by a combination of factors. Economic strength, the U.S. has the world's largest economy. Military dominance, U.S. has the world's most powerful and technologically advanced military. Technological innovation, the nation is at the forefront of technological advancement in key areas like artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and aerospace. China is like dead last. Global influence, China, while other nations like China rank second and Russia rank third, are also major powers with significant influence in military capabilities. The United States remains the single most dominant global force across multiple domains. Remember, folks, the United States just flew like 7 B-2 Spirit bombers in Chinese and Russian airspace for multiple hours, and neither country was even able to detect that those bombers were there. They looked dumb as hell the next morning. This guy's an idiot. But let's keep going.
Yeah. This dude fixed his mouth or fixed his Twitter fingers to say that we're the most respected country in the world. They are laughing at us, man. People, I know some of those people out there are looking at what's going on in this country and saying, I can't believe we let the motherfuckers bully us. I can't believe.
How did we go from Trump, like Geto is saying right here, how did we go from stimulus checks to now we talk about the United States being a bully?
We showed that much respect to them all of these years. Yeah. And he said, we're making trillions of dollars from what the economists say. America is going to take in about $1 trillion a year from the tariffs. So where is trillions coming from if the tariffs haven't even yielded $1 trillion yet? Where are trillions coming from? Now, y'all remember back in early 2025 when Trump first got in, they were talking about paying out dividends to Americans through DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, which is now pretty much defunct now that Elon Musk, who actually started it, is gone.
Doge is not defunct. Doge is still up and running. Elon Musk had to leave because anyone who is not an elected official who is put over any government department has a time limit for which they can be the head of that department. And Elon Musk has went over the time limit. Doge is still going. The guy Big Balls is still working in Doge. Doge is still there. Doge just found out about some, there's this allegation right now that Doge just found out that Barack Obama was receiving kickbacks from the government as royalties for Obamacare. So that's that I might be covering that tomorrow. It's being alleged that Obama was getting kickbacks from the government and healthcare companies for Obamacare. And it would make total sense if he was, because why else would a president force the American people to buy from any company? It doesn't matter what they're selling unless he has something he's getting back in return. I want to take a second to thank all of you for watching this video. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. We are growing. I'm working on being more professional. I was late as hell today, but I was doing some things, so I couldn't get here right at 6. But next week, we will be going at 4 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we will be doing videos at 8 a.m., 12 p.m., and 4 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And on Saturday and Sunday, it's just however I feel. If I feel like making a video or going live, I'm not guaranteeing anything. But if you get something, be happy. If you don't, just know I got a plan, okay? But yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you stay with us. Please like, share, subscribe. You can become a member here. Please hit the notification bell. A lot of you are telling me that you're not getting the notifications. Understand, only 30% of you are have the notification button selected. So the other 70% of you aren't getting any updates because you don't have the notification bell selected. We are going up. Earlier this week, we were live streaming to like 40 people. Today, we are live streaming to, we were live streaming to 40 people on YouTube, about 50 people on X. Today, we are at 72 people on YouTube. So we're going up. We've jumped up about 20-something viewers on YouTube. So please hit that notification bell. I'd love to have you, and you're always welcome.
They're saying it's still around, but it's really not. It's really inactive, right? So those dividends were never paid. In fact, they just stopped talking about it. Stopped talking about it. How are we supposed to believe that giving Americans $2,000 is going to ease the pain of not being able to afford groceries, gas, pay the rent, and this is just a one-time payment also, fam. Remember that. This is just a one-time payment. I don't see how they're going to do it. In a post on his social media platform, Trump said the payments would go to all Americans except those with high incomes. He offered no details.
Wait, he said, how is $2,000 going to help you buy groceries? This guy is remedial. How is $2,000 going to help you buy groceries? So you telling me money don't buy groceries now? So groceries don't, money, cash money don't buy groceries now. This guy is a moron. I'm not trying to just insult the guy, but you hear him. He's insulting himself, thinking that he's smarter than he actually is. But I'm telling you, if we go to his comments, there are thousands of people in those comments agreeing with every word he says.
Details on how the funds would be distributed or when the plan would take effect. We are taking in trillions of dollars. I already told y'all about that. So let's skip that part and go straight to Rep. Ro Khanna, who suggested a $2,000 stimulus check for families making under $100,000 a year to offset rising costs, the California Democrat said in a post on X in early October. Trump linked the proposal to his administration's tariff policies, calling critics of the tariffs fools and asserting that the United States is the richest, most respected country in the world. That's enough of that mumbo jumbo, fam. Imagine somebody robbing you and then giving you back some of your money and expecting you to be thankful. $2,000 dividend. That's not a win. That is not a win. That's a coupon from the guy who spiked your prices with tariffs. Yeah. Come on, fam. He calls it a dividend. I call it a political bride in a shiny suit. Yeah, that's right. I said it, man. I got him, man. I got him figured out. Yeah. Tariffs did not make other countries pay. Trump did. Yeah. He made these other countries pay. So-called trying to show his strength. I'm going to come in, America first. Show my strength. I'm going to raise tariffs. Not having the sense to understand simple math that if he raised the tariffs, all these other countries are going to do is raise their prices for their products. Everything's up. Food is up. Electronics is up. Cars are up. Everything.
This guy is an idiot and he's a liar. He's an idiot and he's a liar. You want me to tell you why this guy is so dishonest? Okay, tariffs spiked your prices. The tariffs only spike the prices of things that are imported. Nothing that is domestically made in the United States went up. If you don't want to pay more for stuff, certain things, buy the things that are made in the United States. They're all the same price. Let's look at what happened with the tariff situation. So some things went up, some things did go up. But look at what the studies are showing, right? Look what the studies are showing. Oh, hold on. I'm hitting the same button. Okay, let's look at this. The impact on inflation. Economists at Harvard Pricing Lab estimate that tariffs added approximately 0.7% to the consumer price index. That's nothing. Biden raised your interest 14% in September of 2025. Similarly, the St. Louis Federal Reserve found that tariffs contributed to 0.4 percentage points to a 2.9% increase in the prices of goods from June through August 2025. Specific examples. Now, what increased? Goods heavily reliant on imports such as coffee, bananas, and furniture. You can buy American-grown coffee, you can buy American-grown bananas, and you can buy American-made furniture, and you will not pay anything higher than what you've been paying for the last 10 years. They have seen notable price hikes. For example, the price of coffee surged after a 50% tariff was placed on imports from Brazil. Guess what? You don't have to buy Brazilian-made coffee. You could buy Kenyan coffee. You can buy American-grown coffee. I believe there's coffee grown in America. I'm not sure. But there's coffee grown everywhere else. There were tariffs put on Brazil because they have a damn dictator as a president, and he's driving the country into the doghouse. I only know that because I know a lot of Brazilians because I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu.